we're back, loosened up. When we bring our 2x6 to here, we should be able to just make our line, our cut line, take it off, and use our friendly tool, the circular saw. Yes, this is a two-part episode, shall we say, because we had technical difficulties as far as storage of data, so we had to work on that. But what this is going to look like, you can get a pretty good idea. We'll kind of transition over here. There, we see we have our exterior plywood, 3/4 inch. Then we got our little 3/4 1x3. That's what they call them. And you can see a little bit of the rot here. Not a big deal, but we cut most of it out. I think when we fix this right here, we're gonna not finish it off too well. So if there are any water accumulation in the front part of the camper that I wasn't able to detect, at least it'll be able to just drain off. It's not going to be floppy like this. Okay, we're not going to go that far, but we'll make sure that it can breathe if moisture were to get in here, as far as too many water droplets. And that'll probably just mean that the siding won't be really held in too tight on the bottom. And what we're going to use as far as to fill this blank stuff in, we've got all the crap from the camper over there that we can repurpose. That's going to go in the fire pit. That rotted out piece of pickup camper wing, or what's left of it. And this is why I wanted to take on the challenge, so we could all come along for the ride. But yeah, that's the pickup camper's wing section from the transition from the bed of the pickup to the sidewalls of the pickup. And we've got this stuff right here. I mean, with what they want for it, aluminum, we could easily fill in the back section wall with it if I don't want to do the stain or brown paint. It is going to get a black wall though. I don't know. I'm into black stuff, so as far as design, but and that's what we're going to use to fill this in. This will no longer exist as far as this empty hole. I don't know what goofball did years ago, but they took a 1x4, 1x3, and decided to hook up some hoopty lights rather than do the job somewhat half-ass. They just went full half-ass, and that created a lot of the rot in the bunkhouse section, because there's just nice size holes in there. It just allowed water to come in here, down here, and rot out this entire section. But we'll get by. We've got screw ups as far as we did have to buy this brand new piece, because yours truly cut a 3/4 inch plywood when he should have been cutting a 1/2 inch plywood for the back wall. So this is our 1/2 inch plywood that was supposed to go here for the birch. So we'll just have to buy some more 1/2 inch plywood. But this stuff is just not holding up very well. It's I don't know. Maybe it was just meant for interior work only. It's been interesting having it deliberately hang over on the sides, trying to keep it level and square, but in order to work on the thing and still have the utility, we need our overhang so we can get underneath the unit and do what we need to do as far as fasten from the bottom. Haven't decided where to put this once it's completed, because this is taking valuable real estate. If you can see the rebar, iron, whatever you want to call it, and concrete. If you want to use your imagination, it doesn't take a whole lot what this is eventually going to be. Yeah, and that's what this thing is actually sitting on right now, is a structure meant for other means, shall we say. And well, we'll put this in a good home, shall we say. It's relocated purpose, but there's just too much time right now, and resources already put it in this spot for a reason. Yeah, we're pretty much there. It's just a process of saving money, and by saving money, make sure you're getting the job done right, as there's only so much time in the day. And if you stick to the criteria of just doing the job right, and make it fun. If it becomes a hassle or, a chore, then stop. Go ahead and do something else. And that's what we've been doing with this situation. We didn't bite off more than we can chew. Do we have time issues at hand? Yes and no. I mean, we're going to be able to get it done before winter sets in, but we'll manage. And so we've got our 2x4 that will go in here. Let me flip it over for you. It's actually pretty close to being installed right now. Close, but close doesn't mean, just stick a few bolts in it and call it good. No, because then we got to worry about that. All that has to be perfectly square, including the distance from the new 1x4s. So the plywood's going to come up to, from the bottom of here, the new plywood, and it's going to be short about an inch less than this, because this top piece is going to be replaced, because it's compromised if you can't see it. And when we were at the Home Improvement Center a few days ago, we did buy some new material. So yeah, so what we got here is, we got this, just to give you an idea how difficult it is. Don't you need to be a contractor or an engineer to do this stuff? Oh no. I need to call some bureaucrat. I'm losing my job. I can't be a bureaucrat and complain and be a busybody and all that. No, see, it's pretty simple. There's the notch for the 2x6. Remember, this is all coming out, but at the same time, this is a perfect template. The old existing, you can't keep its structure, is still a template. So why rip everything out and not have a 3-dimensional template to go on and just leave it here? What makes more sense? Keep it in here as long as you can, especially when we're trying to keep this box as a utility vessel, which we have since we drug it home, shall we say, from the Home Improvement Center rental trailer. But do buy that hazard protection, because it was pretty wonky bringing this back here with the rental trailer, getting it on and dragging it off, but we managed. But this is going to stay on literally until the new 3/4 plywood is affixed, because you've got something to look at versus writing it down, drawing it out, and trying to remember in your head for a day, two, or even longer, some wacky weather to occur. So yeah, this stuff down here, as you can see, this is for a box. I guess you could call it my coffin or someone else's coffin in the future if some serial killer gets a hold of it. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. After we get that done, initially done, then the roof has to come off the top. Let's go out there, refresh, show you how these stick and tin and stick campers are constructed. Yeah, so you've got a structural and aesthetic aluminum extrusion that goes the full length, as you can see. It's 1/4-inch head sheet metal screws. That comes off. And then these are just held in place every 6 inches by roofing nails. So I just peeled this up carefully and then pulled this off. But the reason it's still on is we still want our 3-dimensional template to use as a reference point. I did notice over here up on top there is a tear, so we'll use some of that scrap we have laying over there and patch it correctly with some automotive aerospace adhesive along with the patch. But what is meant by new roof is a lot of the stringers up here, they're 2x2s, which in effect you're talking about the building industry that likes to kind of just make up the numbers as far as dimension. They're 1/3 square pieces of wood. I think we're just going to put 2x4s in place because this is never going to be an RV in a sense anymore. It's going to be a shed, and we can take liberty, shall we say, as far as making a slightly stronger structure, a lot stronger structure, and not have to worry about some puny little 2x2s. So 2x4s will be going up here. These two panel sections, as you can see, that have got the rot bug. That one obviously is from the tear here. And this is from hillbilly repair by not replacing the roof vent and making sure the top seal for the roof vent was sealed correctly. And so we've got, 8 feet approximately? I believe these sheets come in 8 feet. And we're going to leave the bunkhouse section on the way it is because it looks fine the way it is. And this is a shed after all. And yeah, so we're not going to win any Mr. Right awards for architecture, but we did have a problem more with squaring it when it came to sheathing this, but we used our other than, or he or she come along to get everything right. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just basic common sense as far as what it takes to do basic construction with dimensional lumber. But I would not recommend this in the future to anyone to use this for exterior means or structural load, this birch plywood. And we're going to still use it for the time being temporarily. And when we go to replace it, it won't be that big of a deal to just remove the carriage bolts from the front structure and give it some mighty half inches, which actually a little thicker than a half inch by a little more than a 16th of an inch beyond a half an inch. And I'm pleased with this Georgia, so it must come from the south. Plywood. We've got extra sticks, plenty to do our roof. And since we're talking about what is relatively a small box, we've got plenty. But I'm going to have to wrap up this 2-part video series on the current update on the pickup to camper conversion to shed, shall we say. If you're new to the channel, I just kind of hit you like, what the hell? Well, this is just a capturing of real life, what's going down, and how much time things actually take to do stuff when you've got multiple things going on, and you want to keep costs under control and ensure quality, and you get the desired results you're seeking for, because I guarantee you, we'll say 95 out of 100 times, if you pay to get something done, it's not going to get done right. So I'm not willing to bet on 95 to 100 odds. I'd rather just take my time and do it right at our pace, shall we say. And if you think you don't have the gonads to do something, well, then I think you need to reevaluate yourself and convince yourself that you can do something if you put your mind to it, whatever it may be. Now, if you can't draw, you're not artistic, well, that's another different story. But you could probably still learn how to draw very well with simple line dimensions, shall we say. So, yeah. So if you're new to the channel and do you like this kind of stuff, well, hit the like button, or don't hit the like button, and comment positively or even negatively. I don't believe in censorship in any way. After all, this is a format for most people in the world. And you can see why we're going to have to replace that curb section. It's all nasty. And the top sill area, you see how it is just all jacked up as far as rot. So yeah, we'll get it one way or another. And so yeah, if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. If it's not your cup of tea to see something that's overproduced with music and blah 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 and British cliffhangers, wait till the next video. Will the camper fall down? Will the owner or the constructor die? Oh, he's Rona positive. No, he's Rona negative. Well, that's not what you're gonna get, even if we move up as far as cameras come, shall we say. So welcome to the channel, and for the people that are continuing to watch, here's the latest update. It was kind of interesting to find that the actual siding uses an aircraft-like coating, even though this is not aircraft-grade aluminum. But they did put a coating on it to keep corrosion at bay, because when you hear all these stuff about, oh, aluminum doesn't rust, well, it doesn't appear rusty, but aluminum corrodes just like any other metal but gold, and it just turns into white chalky dust, shall we say. But obviously, whatever chemicals and coatings they use, it's this Yogi Bear Air pickup camper siding is still holding up as far as whatever this stuff is. Might die of cancer by touching it. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Ah, call the green police on me. Well, whatever. Thanks for watching, people. I think the next video, next weekend, we'll switch on to another known subject because I've got some work to do on this, and yeah, it's. I don't think it's really necessary to show you actually me cutting a piece of lumber and sticking utility screws and drilling pilot holes for carriage bolts. That, just get an overview and narration of what went down. So have a good day, people. All right. Oh, and then we got this mess we're gonna have to repair after we do the initial sidewall reconstruction. Maybe I'll make a video on this and show it exposed or half exposed after it's repaired. Okay? Have a beautiful day or a great day. Take care. If I've offended anyone, said the wrong adjective or pronunciation, go to hell or whatever. I don't have time for that. And you get to most people that advocate censorship, they don't believe in what they say. Bye.